Peace to all the gods on earth. Welcome back again to Chance. Welcome back to Opportunity. It is Mama Bambi. Within this video today, I'm going to be going over all of the planets and what they represent. Okay, I'm going to be going over exaltations, debilitations, and what each planet is ruled by. All right. So if you're new to astrology, I'm going to try my best to pace myself so you all can take notes, or you can just stop the video if you need to write it down. All right. And first, I want to start off saying that you are more than your sun sign. All right. So for an example, your sun sign, of course, is the day you were born. Like for myself, I am an Aries, right? So April 1st is my birthday. So that would make me an Aries. So my sun sign is Aries. All right. But I actually have energy from the moon, from Mercury, from Venus, and so on, etc. Okay. From the entire solar system. Remember, everything is fractal in the universe. So you are a solar system. You are the universe. All right. So that's why it's important, before I actually go any further, I want to say it's very important for you to get your natal chart, or your essential, or it's also called your essential birth report. You can go to tarot.com. That costs under $20. You can retrieve that. It's very good quality and it's worth it to invest in yourself, to know thyself. Okay. All on the Egyptian walls, it talks about know thyself. It's important for us to know who we are. Okay. Death is an illusion. Okay. And it's important to know who you are. All right. You are the entire solar system. Okay. So the purpose of life is to know thyself. All right. Get your natal chart. All right. Make sure you have your time of birth so your chart can be accurate. You can look on your birth certificate for your time of birth. Most of the time it would be on there. If you're not able to retrieve it from there, it's other ways that I can go into later. Okay. So let's first start with your sun sign. Okay. So the sun is your soul. Okay. And your soul is your mind. All right. When it comes to all of the other planets came from the sun and are different versions of the sun. Okay. All of the other planets, all right, are pieces of your soul. And these pieces of your soul are what we call spirits. Okay. So spirit means energy. Spirit is energy. So you literally have different type of energy that you have embodied inside of you. All right. That's why it's important for you to have your time of birth, because if your birth time isn't accurate, then your houses will be off. Okay. Some of them will be off. Your degrees. All right. Because the devil's in the details. Details is very important. Your ascendant sign may be off and your moon sign may be off. All right. And ascendant moon. Yeah. All right. And it could also, time of birth also can slightly affect some of your aspects of your mind. That's more detailed, intricate part of astrology that I'm going to go into later. All right. So remember, the sun is your soul, which is your mind. All right. So the sun, if you are any fire sign within the sun, then that's the best placement. That's what we call it as exaltation. It does very well within that. So sun. So sun is exalted. Okay. Sun is actually exalted in Aries. Myself. Okay. So sun is exalted in Aries. It is ruled by Leo. All right. Sun is debilitated in Libra. All right. So within another video, I'm going to go into details about the energy, like explaining more into details about Leo energy, Aries energy, Libra energy. All right. So that's the sun. We're going to move over to the moon. Okay. So the moon represents your emotions, your feelings, your emotions. All right. So the moon is ruled by Cancer. All right. The moon is exalted. Okay. The moon is exalted in Taurus, and the moon is debilitated in Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio is in detriment in Scorpio. That isn't the best place for it to be. Now, when it comes to certain energy that people have embodied, there's pros and cons to everything. All right. Like for myself, my moon is in the 8th house, which is what they would call a debilitation. But I'm grateful for that energy because there's certain type of advantages I have with that being in that placement. So there's pros for me having that moon in the 8th house. All right. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the planet Mercury. So the planet Mercury is how we process our thoughts, how we process our thinking. Okay, Mercury is the planet where you will find how a person speak. Okay, how a person speak and how a person process information. All right. And then we'll talk about aspects later, about Mercury aspects, because depending on your Mercury aspects can affect how you speak, how you communicate, all right, to others. All right, so Mercury. We're going to talk about Mercury. Let's see. So Mercury is ruled by two different types of energy. Mercury is ruled by Virgo, all right? And Mercury is also ruled by excuse me. Mercury is ruled by, all right, so Mercury, back to Mercury. Mercury is ruled by Virgo, and also Mercury is ruled by Gemini. All right. Mercury is exalted in Virgo. All right. And Mercury is debilitated in Pisces. All right. Like I said before, there's pros and cons to everything. All right. If you have a Mercury in Pisces, even though it's considered a debilitation, that gives you have the best imagination. You have music abilities. Okay. You're creative. You have great imagination. You have music abilities. You have a gift to where you're able to probably sing or rap or something to do with music. All right. All right. So let's see. Next, okay, so we talked about how Mercury is how we process information, right? How we speak. So if you really get into astrology, you can sometimes tell what that person Mercury placement is in, right? So let's see. Mercury. What else do I want to say about Mercury? Oh yeah, something else that is very important. So Mercury represents also the Akashic records. Okay, what is the Akashic records? It is our DNA. All right, so the Akashic records is our DNA, and the Akashic records is where all information is stored. Okay, where you will find where all information is stored, where you will find all of if you have access, okay, you have access to information depending on what your Mercury placement is. All right. So for an example, I say the most intelligent air sign, right? Now, air sign represents the mental plane. So the most intelligent air sign is Aquarius. So if you have Mercury in Aquarius, then you have access to all of the Akashic records, which is all of the DNA within the DNA strand. So all of us humans here on Earth, we all share the same DNA. But what makes me different from you is the different genes that is selected on the DNA strand. All right. The different ACTs and Gs that makes us different. Just one gene, all right, can just alter just how we look. All right. So yes, so Mercury does well in Aquarius as well, or if you have Mercury in the 11th house, because the 11th house represents Aquarius, that's the 11th zodiac sign. Okay, if you have Mercury in, like I said before, Gemini or the 3rd house, or if you're on a cusp and you're pulling it in, if you have Mercury in Virgo or in the 6th house, then that is very good. Okay, 6th house is Virgo, 3rd house is Gemini. All right. Hey, even though Mercury is debilitated in Pisces, make you can turn, when you know your weakness, you can turn it into your strength. Like if you have Mercury in Pisces, then hey, you can see that as a blessing because you have music abilities. So make music. You understand what I'm saying? Rap, sing, whatever that you love to do. That's how you can make it work for you. You understand? You may not be the best person that articulate very well unless you have like Mercury and Pisces in the 3rd house. Then you speak well, or you may have Mercury and Pisces in the 6th house, which is Virgo, or if you pulling in the cusp, or if you close to the Aries, all right, or Let's see. Yeah, for you close to Aries like myself, because I'm pulling in a little bit of Mercury. I'm pulling in a little bit of Pisces within my Mercury, but I'm Aries. You understand? So, and it also depends on your Mercury aspects as well, that will help you communicate, because Mercury represents our brain. Okay. Our brain is analogous to a computer. So that's our processor. This is our computer. So it's very important. It's important that you have good Mercury aspects. I'm going to talk about aspects later. Okay. The angels and the demons. All right. So let's see, I think I covered all of Mercury. Now I want to go to, what's the next one? Let's see, Venus. Okay, so now I want to go to, yes, Venus. Venus. Okay, so Venus is the planet of love. Venus is the planet of love and beauty. Venus is also the planet where you can find a person's intentions. Okay, yes, you can find the core. Okay, Venus represents our heart. Okay, so Mercury is our brain, Venus is our heart, your intentions. Okay, you can literally look at a person's essential birth report or natal chart and see exactly what their intentions is, which is very important, because you want to be around a person that have good intent, not bad intent, not have certain sneaky motives. All right, and they keeping quiet about stuff. All right, you can't just look at people on the surface and just because, oh, this person nice, this person cool, but it could be a person that be smiling in your face but has some foul intent. Okay, so it's very important for you to look at a person's Venus. Okay, so Venus is ruled by Libra and is ruled by Taurus. All right, yes, so Venus is exalted in Pisces. All right. And Venus is debilitated in Virgo. Okay. So with your heart, you want to feel. You know what I'm saying? You want to feel with your heart. You shouldn't have boundaries. You shouldn't have no boundaries when it comes to your heart. I feel like people should love unconditionally. You know, and one thing when it comes with the heart too, forgiveness. We can talk more about forgiveness later on, but we should have a forgiving heart, depending on. I'll talk more about that later. Okay. So let's see. I talked about Venus, right? So it is debilitated in Virgo. It is exalted in Pisces, and it is ruled by Libra and Taurus. Now I'm going to go over all of the energies later. Okay. I just want to get through all of the, what they represent. Let's see. Hello, wait. I forgot other thing that Venus represents. It represents within Venus, you can find partnerships, relationships, and marriage. You can also find money within Venus as well. Money that you're able to generate on your own, basically on your own. All right. So next, let's see what we going to now. Mars. Let's talk about Mars. Mars represents about wars, aggression, about action. It is what we will call the do planet. Okay, how we take action, how we go about things. Within Mars also, you can find where you will find your sex drive. Okay, so just looking at your Mars placement, I can tell what type of pleasures that you like in the bed. Okay, it gets that deep. Astrology is freaking awesome. Okay, and it's very accurate. Okay, if you have your time of birth, it's very accurate. Okay, so Mars, yeah, so it's the do planet, how you take action. So for an example, let's say, before I go into the example, let me say this. So Mars is ruled by Aries. Okay, Mars is also ruled by Scorpio. Okay, so if you have Mars and Aries or Scorpio, that's great. Okay, and let's see, Mars is debilitated. Mars is debilitated in Cancer. Okay, Mars don't really want to be in Cancer. I'm gonna tell you why. Because with Mars in Cancer, this person can hesitate to take action. Mars in Cancer or Mars in the fourth house are individuals that's seeking out a leader. Okay, because they hesitate about things. They want to get like a person's approval before they before they move. And nothing wrong with that. You understand? To seek a leader or to seek a person, or what we would call like an OG, a person that is, you know what I'm saying, they have more life experience, that has more wisdom. You understand? Yeah. So let's see. Mars. Okay, so Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So if you have Mars in Capricorn or Mars in the 10th house, that is the best placement. Okay. Because you're very, if Mars within the exaltation, if Mars is in Capricorn, you're the type of individual that naturally have like managing skills. You're about your business. You're very professional. You're very organized. You have discipline. You have your order and structure, very organized. Okay. You're very like basically militant when it comes to things. You take life serious. You handle your business. Okay. With Mars in Capricorn or Mars in the 10th house. All right. So yeah, I just want to get through all of this, and then I'm gonna go into details about the energy. Okay, if y'all have any questions, okay, just let me know. I hope I'm not talking too fast. Just let me know. Y'all can pause the video if y'all need to take notes. Okay. So let's see, after Mars is Jupiter. Yes, Jupiter is the biggest planet within the solar system. All right, the biggest planet. Yes, love Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of luck, abundance, of blessings. All right. Yes. So let's see what else I want to talk about Jupiter. Okay, it's a lot that I want to say about Jupiter. So Jupiter represents, not only does it represent luck, abundance, and blessings, it also represents our connection to the all, to the source. All right. When we look at the sun, behind the sun is the darkness. Okay. But that darkness is melanin. That darkness is melanin. Okay, it's triple black darkness. It is melanin. It is God. It is the all. It is the source. Okay, where just like the ether. Okay, it is the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Is Jupiter. So Jupiter also represents the expansion of your mind. So depending on your Jupiter placement, you will see where you will see if you're able to have access to the all, to the source. All right. So let me see. Jupiter is, so like for an example, my Jupiter is in Scorpio. So Scorpio energy able to go deep. Okay. So when it comes to me, I'm able to have, I'm just using me as an example so y'all can understand. So when it comes to me, you have, with Jupiter's in Scorpio, your amount of knowledge that you're able to obtain is limitless. It's like way more than like 1 or 2 terabytes in a computer. Okay. Because even just 1 terabyte in a computer is a lot of information that you can store in it. But when Jupiter is in Scorpio, your mind go deep and you have access literally to the all. You have the capacity to hold the knowledge, okay, of the universe, of you understand? All right. So let's see. Jupiter is wait 1 second. Let's see here. Okay, so it is, yes, that's right. So I took notes just so I can, say, okay, so Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. Okay. Yes, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. If you have Jupiter in, hey, any water sign, all right? So if Jupiter is in Cancer, it's exalted. If you have Jupiter in Scorpio, it's exalted. If you have Jupiter in Pisces, okay, that's good. Now, Jupiter is debilitated in Capricorn. All right. Yeah. So Jupiter in Capricorn is not good. You understand? So, let's say if you have like Jupiter in Capricorn in the 8th house, or Jupiter in Capricorn and like one of the water signs, that would help you out a bit, right? Your mind won't be so narrow, or won't be narrow to where you able to expand to have access to the ether, to the all. Okay. Also, Jupiter also represents our teaching style. So you can look at a person, you can see how a person teach through their Jupiter placement. All right. So let's see what else. Yes. So Jupiter, I forgot to say what Jupiter, I'm speaking so fast. Let me slow down. Okay. So Jupiter is actually ruled by Sagittarius, and it's also ruled by Pisces. All right. So I'm going to say that again. Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius and Pisces. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. Jupiter does well in Scorpio. Jupiter can do well also in Pisces. Jupiter is debilitated in Capricorn. All right. Yes. Okay. Next we're going to go to Saturn. All right. So Saturn. Okay. So Saturn is the planet of restrictions, of limitations. So Saturn is the planet of restrictions and limitations. Saturn is also the planet where you have. All right. So yes, Saturn. Okay, Saturn is the planet where you find lessons that you have to learn in life. Okay, so Saturn teaches you things the hard way, basically. So lessons, things that you have to go through is with the father figure. Okay, because Saturn is a masculine energy, right? So restrictions, discipline, limitations, hard work. So Saturn is debilitated in Aries. Okay, so Saturn isn't doesn't do that well in Aries, but so basically, for an example, if a person have Saturn in Aries, I'll say before your Saturn return happens close to every 30 years, about between 28 29 years. So it's where you would have to learn to be more assertive, to become more independent, to all of the Aries qualities is, and within the first 30 years of your life, you would go through kind of restrictions on that, just really becoming, independent and assertive, and leadership abilities, like leaders. Aries are leaders. Okay. That's one of the energies that are leaders. That, yes. Okay. So yeah, that is, some of the energies that a person have to overcome if their Saturn is in Aries. So it's debilitated. It's debilitated in Aries. All right. So it is exalted in Libra. All right. And Saturn is ruled by Aquarius. Okay. And it is also ruled by Capricorn. All right. So Saturn is ruled by Capricorn, but the co-ruler is Aquarius. Okay. So that kind of explains why Aquarius energy can be kind of serious. So the two like poker face type energies is Capricorn and Aquarius. Okay. Yes. So it's ruled by Saturn. All right. I'm going to, let's see, trying to see if I'm forgetting anything else about Saturn. If y'all have any comments, any questions, you can leave a comment down below. Okay. So next I'm going to go on to Uranus. Okay. So Uranus within the solar system, Uranus is the only planet that orbits on its side. Out of all the other planets orbit upright. Uranus is the one that orbit on its side. So that would clearly tell you that, okay, Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. Okay. Now remember, Saturn is also is co-ruler. Okay, Aquarius, Saturn. So Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. So that would explain Aquarius energy. We are eccentric. We are unorthodox. We are unique. Aquarius energy is unique. We're trendsetters. Okay, we're way ahead of our times. Like you're ahead of our times. Aquarius is the most intellectual air sign. Okay, and remember, all of the air planets represents the mental plane. So, so let's see what else about. Okay, so it's basically it represents awakenings and insights. Okay, yes, Aquarius is very logical. Okay, very intelligent, highly intelligent type energy. Let's see what else. Okay, so yes, so Uranus is exalted. Okay, it is exalted in Scorpio. All right, and it is debilitated in Taurus. All right, excuse myself. All right, so yes, I'm going to talk more about Aquarius energy later. It's unpredictable type energy, just eccentric, different. All right, innovative. It's Aquarius type energy. Okay, so when it comes to Aquarius, Saturn, and Uranus, when it comes to Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, these are what we call the outer planets. All right, so the first planets that I stated at first was just like Mars and what else? It was Mars, Jupiter, like the planets that I listed in the beginning of the video. Those are what we call the inner planets. So these are the outer planets. Okay, so Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are the outer planets, which is also called your generational planets. All right, go into more details about that later. Okay, Neptune. All right, so Neptune represents spirituality. All right, so Neptune is exalted in Leo and it is debilitated in Aquarius. Okay, so Neptune is ruled by Pisces. All right. All right, so next I'm going to go to Pluto. Pluto is the planet of transformations, All right, Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. Now, when we say death and rebirth, not sometimes it can mean literally and sometimes not. Okay, so when we say death is like transforming from one form to another. Okay, so it can mean both. All right, so transformation within your life. All right, so of course Pluto is ruled by Scorpio. All right, and is exalted. It is exalted in Aries and it is debilitated in Libra. All right, so if anyone have any questions, you all can leave a comment down below. Okay, or you can actually inbox me if you have any questions regarding to astrology or the planets or what they represent. Okay, on mama.bambi_ on Instagram. Okay, so you can inbox me there or you can leave a comment down below. Now, I'm actually, since this video is a tad bit long, I'm going to do a separate video of the North Node, the South Node, the Chiron, and the Lilith. Okay, and I'm also going to go over your ascendant sign as well within another video. Okay, all right, so I pretty much covered everything within this video. And like I said before, in my another video, I'm going to go into details again about each planet, not each planet, but each energy, each zodiac sign within the planets, right? Okay, so peace to all the gods, and I love myself.